Good afternoon, Paul. It's Friday, the 23rd of December. Here's the heads up brief for today.
Thank you, and I'll give you a quick heads up. India are in a spot of bother, 4 wickets down against Bangladesh. Please go ahead.
Well, in Indonesia, authorities closed illegal rock and sand mines in East Java. Now, this has prompted protests by locals and especially truck drivers who depend on the transport of these materials for their livelihoods.
Yep, sure, and I'm sure the police are well involved in assisting with that. Go ahead.
Regarding Indonesia and Vietnam, they've reached an agreement on the boundary of the exclusive economic zones between them. They haven't released details of the agreement yet, but this is a major breakthrough.
Yeah, that is fantastic, and all goes well. Fantastic, especially for the maritime resources and the management of them. Good.
Right. Paul, in Thailand, the Palang Pracharat Party will hold a general assembly in January to select new executives for the party. And Prawit Wongsuwon will remain the party leader. And this has just come in today that Prime Minister Prayut will run for premiership under the United Thai Nation Party.
Okay, well, I think it's shaping up the way I think it will shape up, and that's the Palang Pracharat Party and the new party that Prayut shall represent, plus a couple of other fledgling parties are going to replicate what they did in the last election strategically, and then ensure they win by amassing the key leadership that's loyal to the crown across various parties to depower Thaksin's last stance. Thank you.
Right. Paul, moving to South Asia, another breaking news. This is a suicide bombing in Islamabad. One person is dead so far. It's no group has claimed responsibility yet, but it's likely the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan, and it's a concerning development. And it comes days after a major clash between the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan and security forces.
Okay, and it's in no way linked to Imran Khan wanting to dissolve Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa assemblies, correct?
No, it's not linked to that. Regarding that, Paul, it's good you brought it up. Imran Khan said that he might do it in January now, instead of today, as he had previously promised.
Yeah, look, again, it's sort of the big deflation. Let's see what roles that Imran Khan seems to be fading into the moonlight.
Yeah. Paul, in India, authorities are increasing COVID screening, especially at international airports and entry points in the country after a surge in cases.
Well, that's interesting. So, worn out the duty personnel over the Christmas break that we do need to keep companies attuned with any special requirements if they're flying back to India for their holidays or heading there for a business trip. We just need to keep that abreast because their travel teams will be planning over the Christmas New Year break for the influx in the new year. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Paul. We'll do that. Paul, in Bangladesh, 13 opposition parties have announced that they will enter an alliance to contest the elections.
Okay, well, that's going to have some good ramifications. Let's have a close look at that in the new year
Yep,
as we lead up to the elections. Thank you.
right. Lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, Germany's Interior Ministry is expanding its crackdown on far-right extremists. It's said that hundreds of individuals are wanted for arrest. Now, this comes after the government also uncovered links between a far-right party, which is quite popular, and a movement that was plotting to overthrow the government.
Yeah, look, that's interesting that they're continuing to report the expanding crackdown. Of course, they're wanted for arrest, but let's see how it does unfold. Does it go to the point where they do arrest them? Because it's very important that Germany, particularly with its far right background being most notorious, having led to a couple of world wars, will be interesting to see if Germany has the resolve to take this on, and if so, how effective they do so.
Right. That's the brief for today, Paul. Anything else from you?
No, I'll see you in the staff roundup in just under an hour. Thank you.
Sure, Paul. Thanks.